Okay, here's a smooth Heiken Ashi system that's pretty simple. You buy when it's this color, and you sell when it's blue. This is some kind of green, yellow green or something. And what that's built out of is there's an indicator somebody wrote where they smoothed it out. And what I did was I put the link to the smooth candle in here. All I did was take the colors and change them, and I renamed all of these. There's 4 settings on there. I have no idea what mathematically is going on. I know that the tighter that number is. So here I just kept on calling it. I'm just calling off the elements on that list. So here 111. And so in this chart I'm using the setting of, so I can see what, and of course the layers, the way that I put them on there is going to determine which one's on top. So the very top of that I put on an open, high, low, close bar, which is it's out there on the internet. So here it's just I got 3 here. Actually I got more than 3. I got 5 on there. Plus I have bar, which is on top of everything in the end. I had to reload it here on top. And the bar is just open, high, low, close, MQL4. So you edit this, you can just find this on your internet, but I'll put the link to the smooth Heiken Ashi at the bottom here. This is the bar I'm using. Waiting for MQL4 to load. Why does that take so long to come up? I don't know. So I just fatten this up. Whatever this, if you just type this in the internet, you can download that. I can't seem to get, there's a bunch of sites out there, but this site is pretty safe. This is the MQL5, but this will run on MQL4. And he's got the settings here so lagged out, I don't see the point in it. So I took my settings and I tightened them up. I like it nice and snug to the market, so I don't get any of this lag here this guy's using. And he's got the classic candle. So what I did is I took the wick out by just fattening up the, I just really fatten this up to, I'm trying to make a 3D chart really. So I put the method on all 2s across the thing. So I just call this HAS for Heiken Ashi Smoothed, and I just have it set at 222. So I know that's how it rolls. And I try to get some opposite colors going in here to get some dramatic effect to the chart. And the rule system is you just basically pull, when the market goes down, you could also have say red candles on there, but I'm just using my line chart as my indication that it's going down, because I like analog stuff. I'd like the like if I had a tachometer on the car, I want the tachometer to be analog like this clock, because if this clock says 3:55, I'm thinking, well, it's still 3 o'clock, I got plenty of time. Well, I want to see this thing creeping towards the top. So I like the instant analog view, because if I have to read it, like, oh well, is that red or green, I'm like, you're actually reading that color. I'd rather have it just structurally too. I can just, all my entries are based on tops become bottoms. So this is top becomes a bottom, pull back there. This is the half hour. So we're creeping up on the monthly. This is euro against the pound. Coming up on the monthly window here, about to punch through possibly and go screaming up. But here's your buy. You're pulling, you buy when it pulls back into that. That's the monthly. Here's a weekly. Here's your entries. You just kind of jump out at you pretty easy. He's not the biggest winner in the world, but this is pulls back to the doji. You buy. Maybe you sell on dojis in blue. Here's an entry. Here's an entry. Here's an entry. Here's a sell. Here's a structure entry. Pull back into green. Buy. here's where the market's too tame and it's too soft to really to make a lot of money. This is a weekly. I guess you would be looking at the daily for entries there. It's 100 pips from here to here, so it's a lot of pips wise. Go to the 5-minute chart here. 15 is about as thin as you can slice it. So here's your entry here. Here's your pullback into that bullish color. And you can still draw your triangles on that. But at least you're aware of the fact of the probably this is maybe a 2 or 3 period moving average in the end, these candles, these colors. Yeah, it works. You're always going to get chopped to death when the market gets too quiet and gets where the noise floor comes up, and you can, if you zoom out one level, kind of ruins the effect there. But you see here's your entries in a trend, but you're always buying on pullbacks, right? So I guess if you want to see something that gives you a little bit extra confidence, there's your top become a bottom, and you've got the confirmation of this color. Rallies into blue, you sell. Rallies into blue, you sell. You got your sell limits here. You get filled on the black. The black's the actual price. Here is a trend trade. Bottom becomes a top in blue. Top becomes a bottom. If you're going to aggressively get in, you got the buy stops running on top of blue. And you got the limits of the dojis to get retagged. That's the 1 hour euro pound. Wouldn't matter. Here's the bottom becomes a top with about to turn blue. If you miss the train, you get onto this blue here. Let's see what else. Yeah, this if you go to the 4 hour, you're looking at these entries here. Just a pure structure entry. You got your sell limits here. They blow through a little bit, but you're going to trade it from the short side all the way till you get down here. Here's your only buy, unless you're going to aggressively stack up buy stops on top of. So you know what to do when. So it looks like we're going to make this attempt to vault through the monthly, and maybe now you got sell stops running underneath because of the color you're in. Just this is but it's really about the having if you have 20 currencies up and you're looking for this color to go along, it's just it's like radar. Here's a nice sell on the 15 into the blue. Bottom becomes a top. You got blue, so you have a downtrend confirmation. So if you don't trust the structure so much and you do want to have some type of indication of, or you got a moving average. The problem with the moving average is it's conflicting with my 1 period moving average, which is a line. It's just, this I know is 1, where when I see moving averages, I never know, is it a 5 or an 8? And maybe I should make it a 3. So this is kind of like a moving average in color, but it's kind of weird because it leaves this giant wick, which has nothing. This is not price, the black's price, but the thing is, I don't know if I already said this because I crashed something's wrong. I mean, you can't. Your computer's got a limit. I crashed the other recording of this. The bar I'm using on top, open, high, low, close, big black. That's the most important price, is the real price. The other stuff is just fluff. It's like cloud trading. Nobody can trade the cloud, but this is the kind of like, hey, we're just buy here, right? Buy that pullback. So you would have pulled that trigger 15 minutes ago on the clock, and you're trend trading. This 15-minute trend, and of course, If you go back on the half hour, look at all these fantastic entries. Of course, you do need some. The market has to be moving at a decent velocity for you to take advantage. There's news coming out here at the top of the hour, so we can come smashing back at any moment. And so here's your premium entries. Pull back there. Never get your top bottoms. So you're just screaming so hard. There's your sell. Here's a sell. Not going to make a lot of money there. You're trading against the larger trend at that point. You can also have the left side of your screen could be the 4 hour. So you're looking for pullbacks. Now, if you're looking at this, you're looking for blue on the smaller time frame. So you are looking for that blue. Where you don't see that blue here on this pullback. Right, this is the pullback, but it shows up blue on the 1 hour. So here's the moment of truth. We're coming up on the top of the hour. Here's the 1 minute. So here's your buys on the 1 minute. So 30 seconds of news. And we can get some vicious action here. You also have, say, buy limits sitting down here at previous breakout points here and here and way down deep. So let's see what the news is going to bring here on the in 10 seconds. But sometimes this is bid up to the edge here, pops up, rips back, might go just slamming through. Take a look at the 5 here. So the news is out. So it looks like it's still going up. So if you're a trend bot's trading that thing, he buys on pullbacks and he's long. Anyways, smooth candles.